listening to The Announcer's Table with Daryl and Ian. This podcast is presented by RingIcon.com, the social networking site for wrestlers, fans, promoters, and everything indie wrestling. Log on today and create your profile, and as always, enjoy the show.
Oh, hey. Welcome to the show.
Echo. All right, so today is Tuesday, so it is
Tuesday?
Gimmick Builder.
Gimmick Builder. I'll get it right tomorrow.
Of these days.
What's tomorrow?
Tomorrow's Wednesday.
Gimmick Builder?
No.
Oh. Promotion Builder.
No.
Pros?
No.
Interviews.
Yes.
Interviews. That's what we do on Wednesday.
Good job.
See, I got it.
You get a gold star, Daryl. Okay, so today is Gimmick Builder. I wanted to say Promotion Builder, but today is Gimmick Builder. And yesterday on Promotion Builder, we talked about the promotion and the promoter visiting other shows. And I do want to add on to that, if you are a booker, you need to be visiting other shows. I guess we can implement that into wrestling or the wrestler Gimmick Builder today. But basically, visiting other shows is the theme of this week.
Yes. Like, it's important, especially as a worker. It's fine to have a home show. That's great if you do. That's awesome, because you're going to have that home fan base.
Yes.
But you definitely, on a night that you're not working your home show, because most shows only run one night a weekend, either Friday or Saturday. There's a couple that ran both nights, but that doesn't happen very often.
Right.
But so on the other night, now most of the wrestlers I know already travel around and go to other shows and work other shows. But if you're not booked one night, go to a show you haven't been to, or you haven't been to in a while, and check it out, and see what they're doing and what kind of workers they got going on. And, it may be somewhere you can get onto, or maybe you can talk to people about coming and visiting your show and just learn. Because it's all about learning your craft.
Right.
What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, one of the two is, you can either go and work there as a wrestler, or whatever they need you for. If you just are a valet, or not a valet, a manager, or something of that sort, or go there as a fan and watch shows. That's one of the big things that you need to do as a wrestler, regardless, is you need to step back from the wrestling and see things from a fan's perspective, because that's going to change your whole outlook on how you do things.
Yep.
That's one thing we are going to talk about in a couple episodes. In a couple weeks, we're going to talk about taping your stuff, but that's where you can see yourself from a fan's perspective. But Absolutely. You need to see shows from a fan's perspective, because that is going to help you build your gimmick, your character, and your
Let's
wrestling
not get too
ability.
much into that.
Yeah, well, that's not what I'm...
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah,
I don't want to give too much away when we were talking about filming.
Yeah.
But,
so, I mean, from the fan perspective, you need to see how other promoters and other
absolutely.
gimmicks and other people do their business.
Yeah, and what they're doing, what they have going on. If they're doing promotions, if how they're drawing, stuff like that. And if, I mean, you have to, if you're in this, you have to be a fan. Okay, yeah. Now, I've grown up in the business my whole life. All right? I'm not done. I know what goes on. I know how stuff goes. I mean, I've helped book shows. I've managed. The only thing I haven't done in wrestling is wrestle. I've been in a match, but I'm not a wrestler. I don't claim to be.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah, he's the wrestler. He wrestled. But but we're still fans.
Right.
We watch everything that has to do with wrestling. I'll find some stuff and I'll be like, hey, Ian, check this out, But you have to be a fan. You have to want to learn more. You have to want to know and do different things when it comes to wrestling. So, It's very important just to go out and just see different things and expose yourself to that, and not just be a homer. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And to go along with what we were talking about yesterday is that, whether it be a local show that you go visit, or whether it be a WWE show or an Impact show that you go see, I know those are a little bit different because, it's a different atmosphere, a different vibe. Yeah. But at the same time, you're still going to be able to get that feel of what it's like to be a fan and to see things from a different perspective.
Yeah.
So,
I want to touch on one thing that it pisses me off anytime I hear somebody who's in wrestling say this. Well, I don't watch Raw. I don't watch Impact. I don't watch SmackDown. I don't watch none of that crap.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
That's the stupidest thing as an independent wrestler could ever say. I mean, I'm not saying you have to watch
Yeah,
every show.
You don't have to be
week,
a fan.
but
We're not asking
need
you to be a fan.
Up to date on
but,
like stuff they're doing, new gimmicks they're doing, because it's stuff y'all can incorporate.
Right.
Because you know what? I'm not saying copy straight up a gimmick, but if you have something that's really over, you can kind of tweak something, and it can kind of work on the independent scene. You just need to know what's going on, and like new moves that get invented, you know, and stuff that they're. I mean, you just need to see that. I mean,
you need
to know what's popular,
especially Ring of Honor. You know what I mean? You need to be watching Ring of Honor. You need to be watching Impact. You need to be watching WWE. I mean, we're not asking you to be super fans. We're not asking you to be a huge fan or even watch 7 hours a week. But you need to at least watch YouTube and catch highlights and things like that.
Something so you see what's going on and what they're doing, so you can incorporate stuff like that.
That's the whole point of you improving, and that's why we're here. We want to give you advice, and one of our biggest pieces of advice is, you know, watch your craft. You know what I mean? I know you watch other independent wrestlers, but you need to watch some of the bigger stuff because that's where your fan base is coming from.
Absolutely.
Independent fan base doesn't start with independent wrestling.
No,
it starts with the WWE and big shows like Impact and Ring of Honor, and then it moves. They say, "Oh wow, there's a wrestling show near me. You know, I'll go check it out." So,
I mean, that's how you became a fan,
right? I mean,
you know, I became a fan through independent wrestling.
Right.
You know, which made me a fan of professional wrestling. And so I'm just all in all wrestling fan.
Right.
Because I grew up in it. But I mean, I watch everything. I love everything wrestling. I mean, I have several buddies that I've talked to, and like we get to talk about wrestling. It just blows my mind how much stuff that I have forgotten and remembered just talking about wrestling with some of my friends. I mean, it's crazy.
So let's get back to how to build your gimmick and visiting other independent shows, because it's really important for you to visit other shows as a wrestler and as a fan, and you know, take your family along with you.
Enjoy
as the fan,
foremost.
Right, enjoy the shows, because if you only enjoy it for the wrestling aspect, you're not going to go very far. You know, I mean, which is okay if that's where you want to be. If all you want to do is just get in the ring, wrestle for a few years, and then get out of it, that's perfectly fine. You know what I mean? But if you want to be a professional wrestler and it be a lifetime, you know, a lifetime goal of yours to, you know, do this, then you need to love it.
Yeah.
And beyond just wrestling, you need to know every aspect of it. That's like when I watched the CM Punk documentary, you know what I mean? He stepped back and he was watching Paul Heyman run ECW with the WWE. You know what I mean? He watched watched how they ran Ring of Honor because he wanted to learn every aspect of it. And
absolutely.
That's what we're really saying is when you visit other shows, you need to broaden your vision and see what the world of independent wrestling has to offer.
Yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful sport. I love it. I love going to shows. I love watching it.
Yeah, I
enjoy it.
We critique a lot, but you know, that's what we enjoy about it is critiquing.
Yeah,
and that's one of our biggest enjoyments of it. So
yeah, absolutely. But go visit some other shows. If there's some cool shows that y'all visit, let us know about it. Drop us a line.
Yeah.
Say, hey man, I went and saw this show. It's going to be awesome.
Because we go as much as we can. We're trying to go more and more,
Yep.
but we go as fans first and foremost. We go there to enjoy the show. Then, you know, then we start to critique and we start to say, you know, what can we talk about to help people out, you know?
Absolutely.
But our number one aspect is to go and enjoy the show.
Yeah, now we always wear our Ring Icon gear, but we always pay when we get there.
Yeah, we always
we
make
go
sure.
as fans. We don't call them up and say, hey, we're Ring Icon and we're coming up. I mean, sometimes now we're friends with most of the people that run these shows, so some of them know we're coming.
Right.
But we still pay our admission. We still go. We still visit and hang out, and sometimes we get a chance to talk. Sometimes we don't. It's no big deal to us because we're there first and foremost to watch the show and enjoy the product.
So,
and that's what y'all should be doing. That's
we visit shows. You should be visiting shows.
And speaking of the shows that we're visiting, I'll go ahead and do another plug.
Okay.
We're going to be at Superstars of Wrestling November 16th. It's at the Forum in Rome, Georgia.
Yeah.
We're going to have a booth there, so come by, visit us. Make sure y'all go to this. It's going to be huge. Tons of people. Ric Flair, Jake the Snake, Scott Hall, X-Pac, Buff Bagwell, some Bushwhackers, Bob Armstrong. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. It's like they have like 30-something like wrestlers that's going to be there. Ric Flair's the big keynote wrestler.
But, I mean, a lot of huge wrestlers. We're going to be there from Saturday morning till Saturday late night after the show ends. Our booth is going to be staying open during the whole show. So during intermissions, come over and say, hey, sign up for Ring Icon if you want, and we got some other stuff, surprises and wrestlers and things like that.
We're going to have wrestlers in our booth. Yeah. We're not going to drop any names yet. We will when we get closer, but we already know who some of them are. So, and then on November 8th, we're going to be at the Outlaw Reunion Show. I'm excited about that one.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of Georgia independent wrestling, the who's who of Georgia independent wrestling is going to be at the show wrestling.
That's true.
A lot of well-respected Georgia wrestlers are going to be at the show.
And we will be there.
Yeah, and we will be there. I mean, we're not going to be as but I mean, I was looking at the lineup today, and I was like, holy cow, I can't believe... I was all excited. I was like, holy cow. I told you when I sat down before we started, I'm like, I'm going. We got to go. We got to be at this show. Because, I mean, it's just going to be awesome. I mean, once again, we're fans.
Right.
And so I'm stoked just about the card because I can't wait to see a lot of these people.
Yeah.
So go visit some other shows. Come visit us as we go to these shows.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it for Gimmick Builder today. Main thing to take away from it is always try to improve, and you can always improve by watching what others do.
Yep. And tomorrow, Wednesday interview, we have Larry Cooter from West Tennessee, and he is good.
Yeah. I mean, I was very impressed, and great interview. So check that out tomorrow, and then, of course, Friday we'll have our pro segment. So
absolutely. We'll see you then.
See you again.